We're taking heavy rock.
Heavy rocks. Please air the route that everyone should take.
Cell phone. We're going cell phone.
Copy. Evacuation route is cell phone.
Nearby businesses ablaze. This is how the night of May 28th unfolded.
The nation erupted into scenes of chaos, violence, and widespread destruction into the early morning hours. Dozens of American cities up in flames after some protests turned into riots, often followed by looting as a nation simmering with unrest unraveled.
How long can you be peaceful when your people are dying?
In Los Angeles, hours before a curfew was ordered, the city became a war zone. After attempting to breach television studios, large groups torched police cruisers as officers fired back with rubber bullets. Before nightfall, the looting began. Department stores, jewelers, and high-end apparel shops trashed by unruly mobs. The mayor calling on the governor to dispatch the National Guard for the first time since the Rodney King riots in 1992. Strikingly similar scenes. After 3 nights of protest and violence, the state of emergency in Los Angeles mirrored by pockets of anarchy nationwide, described as all hell breaking loose in Seattle when police lost control of downtown.
America is unraveling for all the world to see as race riots leave many of the nation's biggest cities burning in almost unimaginable scenes. Across the country, police are in the line of fire, facing the rage of protesters following the death of a black man at the hands of officers. The wave of violence has now washed across 29 cities, from New York, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Seattle, and Minneapolis, ground zero for that anger and outrage.
Really serious. Yo, this nigga really. Yo, he really going. Yo, this nigga violent.
Antifa BLM rant take 1. Am I good? I'm okay. I don't know how to start. I'm not a racist. No, a black guy cuts my hair. Antifa BLM rant take 2. Okay. I just want to start off by saying I'm not racist. I'm mixed race. None of that mixed is white. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I live in Detroit, so I have a lot of black friends. I don't really have that many friends, but I grew up with a lot of black friends. I was a minority. Antifa BLM rant take 3. Okay, first let me start off by what? No, that's Black Panther. I'm just what are you? Black Panther. No, not like Black. No, not like the Black Panthers. The superhero. No, it's my way of showing solidarity with black people. See? It's not racist. Well, it's not insensitive. So it can't be that racist. Wait, are you being for real? So is this technically blackface? Is this blackface? I don't. Welcome to Darth News, Special Edition Black Lives Matter. Except for black Republicans. Yeah, no, they don't count. No, if you're conservative and you're black, you're you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're conservative and you're black, skin tone, you're not actually black. Okay, so many of you are probably wondering, Darth, why are you getting political? I thought this was just a comedy channel. I thought this was just somewhere where I could take my mind off, real world politics. Well, it is. 90% of the time. 99% of the time, it is just that. But nothing is really going on in the news. Yeah, I know, there's some Amber Heard updates. I'll get to those later. But there's really nothing else going on in the news right now besides... Well, turn on the news. BLM, Antifa, protests, fascists, taking over land and saying this is my country now. There's a lot I want to say. And hey, I'm probably, like I said before, I'm probably going to lose quite a few subscribers for this, but that's okay, because I'm here to speak my truth, and there's just stuff I want to discuss. A lot of what I'm going to say are facts, and a lot of it's going to be opinion. My opinion plus a lot of facts equals one hell of a red pill, you know what I mean? As of right now, I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to go ahead and just assume it's going to be a long video. Again, if you are going to unsubscribe from this channel, I recommend before you do so, watch the entire video, so that way you don't make a preconceived judgment based off what I said at one point in the video, because yes, there's no order to what I'm saying. It's going to be a rant, but I think you'll understand where I'm coming from by the end of the video. And if not, fuck it. I don't care. I don't need you. I don't care. And if you disagree, good. That's good. It's good to disagree. That's healthy. You can have an open discussion, an open dialogue, and talk about why you disagree. That's called freedom of speech, baby. That's called the First Amendment. That's called a right. A right to say what we want. And I'm going to say it, all right? And just so you know, this is not something that I want to do very often. This is a once in a blue moon kind of video, all right? This channel is not going to be dedicated to getting political and talking about racism and Antifa and shit like that. That's not what I'm here to do. But once in a while, like right now, I'm going to make a video like this. And if you don't like my opinion, then skip the video and tune in for my Amber Heard roasts, or you can just watch the whole video, maybe educate yourself a little bit in case you're unaware of anything that I'm about to say, and, just relax. Yeah, nothing here is life-threatening. Okay, nothing I'm going to say is going to, hurt you. So, Tina, feelings are different. If I hurt your feelings, then you definitely don't belong here. No, on this channel. You belong on Earth. Just, you don't belong on this channel. That's all I'm saying. Did you hear they're gonna reboot Gone with the Wind and call it Gone with the Woke? No, they're not, but they might as well. So I don't really know where to start or begin, but let's just start with Chaz, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, which they've now renamed to the Capitol Hill, Capitol Hill Occupied Protest Area. CHOPA. Literally, it's now called CHOPA. Hey, don't look at me. In Seattle, protesters took over a 7 square block area of downtown, and they are now declaring it separate from the United States. That's right, separate. They're completely autonomous. They don't need anybody's help. They don't need any help. Wait, they need help? Oh, they do. Oh, really? Whose help? Oh, the government. Oh, no shit. Apparently they need the government's help. And now things have gotten just a little bit out of control. These people who seem to have a problem with Trump and his wall and authoritarianism and fascism, these people who have a problem with that decided to build a wall around CHOPA. They built a wall around their little area. And they are policing their area with force and violence. I honestly find it hilarious that the same people that were ridiculing Americans, normal everyday Americans who want to protect their borders, for wanting to protect their borders, they're just ridiculing them. Now they want to build a wall around their own little sanctuary. I guess now you understand the importance of having borders and boundaries and walls to protect yourself, and why you guard your borders with guns and militants. I think now you maybe understand. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're just a bunch of hypocrites who just want nothing but power, and you'll say whatever it takes to get it. You all have a problem with police officers stopping and frisking, but anyone that enters your little area of Chapa is stopped and frisked by armed guards. And you are supposed to show your identification card, your ID. That's illegal. Anarchy is the pretext for tyranny. Any kind of political reform that comes out of chaos is destined to be overrun by corrupt politicians who want nothing more than corrupt absolute power. And like I said, in pursuit of that power, they will do and say anything necessary. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about systemic racism. They don't give a shit about any of that. So now the people of Chapa are asking for the government's help. They're asking for help to send special vegan orders of food, special soy products, because we're starving. A member tweeted out, I don't know if it was a fake tweet or a real tweet, but regardless, apparently someone tweeted out that lives in Chapa that they let in the homeless people and they stole all of their food. You get what you deserve. You will never be a fully autonomous zone or area or country. You won't be. If in the first few days you're already asking for the government's help, there's no way this can be sustainable. I think it's hilarious that some people actually think this is going to be a permanent thing. It's not permanent. If you think it is, you're mistaken. What do you think is going to happen if you take away order and the police and law? What do you think is going to happen? Theft, crimes, violence. You cannot police yourselves. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. I mean, unless the entire area, the entire community is cool with what's going on, of your takeover of Chaz or Chapa, if everyone is cool, fine. But this is something that you don't just do by force. You don't just get your way because you throw a tantrum and overrun something because you're mad. Do it legally, do it by law. Make it really permanent. Do it legally. Vote this into action. Rally people behind your cause. Trust me, you can do it the right way. But don't take it over by force or by siege. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think that's how people are going to listen to you? You think that's how you're going to get your way? By force? By forcing people to bend the knee? No Nazis, no KKK, we love our gays, yay, yay, yay. Unless you're a Trump supporter, then you're not black. Yeah, you know what's up, they're not black.
Let's talk about the police violence. Told y'all the other day, stop bringing stuff upon yourself, be complicit. The little video of my man Powell that got shot in St. Louis. Why would you think it's a good idea to run up on two cops when they tell you to stop, put down whatever you got? I'm going to keep coming at them, then they're going to shoot me. Now it's black people, we supposed to be mad, and oh my God, we need to go out there and march right. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Stop doing crime. If you live in a messed up neighborhood, let me give you a little advice. Stop messing it up. Ain't no rich white man sneaking into the hood in the middle of the night, spray painting graffiti, peeing in hallways. George Bush ain't out in the neighborhoods selling crack on the corner. You know what I'm saying? If your neighborhood is messed up, it's because the people in the neighborhood continually mess it up. All this, stop snitching, everything like, no, start snitching. Go out there, clean your neighborhood up, and then keep it clean. Somebody come through after y'all clean it up, messing up, snitch on them. Call the police. Y'all like to pull your little camera phones out and record little ignorance and put it on World Star? Pull your camera phones out and record crime, get out to the police, so that way people can be prosecuted.
not letting them treat us like children.
In a country gone to hell. A loaded assault rifle snatched by a private guard at gunpoint as officers dangerously outnumbered, surrounded.
Officers being chased by the group here.
Their cars on fire. Looters take over. As Saturday night anarchy reigns through America. This is Beverly Hills. High-end stores looted, famous shopping centre The Grove cleaned out. And burning. Fairfax near Hollywood, a battleground. LA has survived a history of race riots. It's in one again.
It's one of our darkest days when I saw it last, and it's repeating.
This time it's nationwide. New York, under siege.
Leave them alone! Don't get out of here!
In Minneapolis, it felt different.
State Patrol has just arrived. We're preparing to take on these protesters and throwing flash grenades right now.
I don't want to live in a world where when I call the police, when I call 911, the police then have to call BLM. No. No dice. I'm sorry. If I need help, the police better show up ASAP. You cannot say that you're an autonomous zone and then be making demands from the government. You should have thought that through. Maybe you should have taken over or conquered some land with resources, fertile grounds, I don't know, farming. You took over the middle of downtown. You didn't really think that one through. Nothing but concrete walls and a little bit of grass in the park. Hi, Mr. Government. Uncle Sam. Just wanted to say that I know that we're a separate country now, but I'm gonna need some vegan food, kosher vegan food with a lot of soy. Yeah, if you could do that. Bitch, this is not a fucking Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's. You better have this thing more planned out next time you try it. You see, the problem I have with this whole Chaz Choppa thing is that there are normal people just trying to live peacefully in this area of the city. Just trying to do their normal routine, live their normal lives. Sure, some people are just enjoying it and it's like the summer of love and it's no big deal. People are having fun. But there are some people who are not having fun. There are armed militants going around businesses demanding them for money, a fee to operate in their area. That is called extortion, and that is highly illegal. So what about them? What about these people, these Americans who have rights? You can't just say that now they live in another country just because you want to. This makes no sense. This is so beyond fucked up. Now, I saw a video of a little black girl at a protest, and an officer knelt down next to her and was trying to comfort her and was telling her, you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to worry about me. I'm a good guy. I'm the good guy. I'm here to protect you. And the little girl goes, but you're white. You're the bad guy. Where do you think she learned that? First of all, little kids should not be at protests. I'm sorry, not this kind of an adult protest. This isn't some fucking kumbaya, let's just hang out in the park and play our goddamn ukuleles. This is some serious rioting happening. Don't bring your little kids there. But who do you think taught this little girl that white people are bad? Her parents. And if it wasn't her parents, it was the media, and her friends at school, and her teachers. Whatever happened to protecting a child's innocence? Raising them to think a specific skin color is bad is racist. You try to tell me kids are brought up just racist? You think you can tell me that just white people are racist? No. I'm sorry. Black people, Mexicans, Asians, all of them. Anybody on this planet can be racist. And it is taught. It is not something you have just in your DNA. It is taught. And if you are a parent teaching your children that white people are bad, or that all police are bad, or if you're a media outlet, or if you're a teacher, and you're spreading this nonsense, you are being extremely irresponsible. This is dangerous behavior. You're raising a bunch of racists. And your kid gets a driver's license, you tell him or her, you teach them how to act when getting pulled over by the police. You ingrain that into their fucking skull, like my dad did. Yes, sir. No, sir. If they give you a problem, you have an issue, you get their badge number. You take down their information and you file a complaint. See your day in court. Don't resist arrest. That ain't worth it. You're throwing your life away. If you think just because you got pulled over by the police, you gotta act all hard and gangster, you're wrong. You're a little boy. You're an immature little boy. You're not a man. You're not even half a man. Because a man can control his emotions. A man is in control of his emotions. You think resisting arrest is worth getting shot or going to jail? No, it's not. It's not worth it. You tell your kids there's a right way to do something and a wrong way to do something. And getting in a fight with the police and getting shot is the wrong way to do something. You handle it the right way. Say you don't get arrested. Say you get arrested, whatever. In the next day or 2 days. You walk your ass into that station with their badge number and you file an official complaint with Internal Affairs if you believe you were treated wrongly. What do you think is going to happen when you resist arrest? Nothing good. If you're one of those hard motherfuckers who's like, oh, why'd you pull me over? 'Cause I'm black? You deserve whatever's coming your way. Zip it. It's not worth trying to hold court in the streets. Don't do that. Take your problems up with the judge and see his ass on the witness stand. See your day in court. If you get pulled over, be a man. Take that shit. You be a man and you take it. Now, on another topic, earlier this week, last week, there were white folk, white folk, and white officers. That's right, white people and white police officers washing the feet. Washing the feet of organized Black Lives Matter protesters. Not only were they washing their feet, they were begging them for forgiveness. Have y'all lost your goddamn minds? White guilt or not, I am never washing another man's feet. Never. I'll wash my wife's feet. I'll wash my kids' feet. And if my mom, she's old and she needs her feet washed, I'll wash my mom's feet. But besides that, I'm not washing nobody's feet. For whatever reason, for whatever cause. Never. Like, get the fuck out of here with that, man. Miss me with that shit. If anybody ever comes at me with a bowl and says, wash my feet, I'm gonna smack them upside the head, take that bowl, and dump all that filthy feet water over their fucking head. And they'll be lucky if I don't do more. You got all these morons, these idiots, running around with this white liberal guilt. Yes, I said liberal. You don't see any conservatives or libertarians doing this shit. This is white liberal guilt. And it is fucking embarrassing. For both sides. These organizers are telling people they have never met to wash their feet and beg for forgiveness. What kind of person do you have to be to get off on that shit? That is like some sick mentality. And so here's a little fact for you limp dick libs. Only 5% of white people in America owned slaves. That means 95% of people who were white did not own slaves. So the chances of you running into someone who was in a family lineage of slave owners is highly unlikely. Have you ever seen a real racist? I mean, not like you assume they're racist because of how they look, because that would be racist in itself. But have you ever met another racist? Someone who identifies as a racist, as a white supremacist. Have you ever met one? No, you probably haven't, because they're not a real problem. Yes, white supremacy is a real thing, without a doubt, but it's not a real problem. It's the boogeyman that the left, the media, has created. It all started with Hillary. All these individuals stirring the shit pot need to just calm the fuck down. Like, seriously, calm down, forgive, forget, and move on. Not one person living today, or during your parents' day, or your grandparents' day, or your great-great-grandparents, or your great-great-great-grandparents have ever lived through or been affiliated with slavery. Not since 1865 have we had slavery in this country. Yes, racism and racists still exist. It still exists. But just to assume that every white person is inherently racist or guilty and need to beg for forgiveness and wash thy feet is bullshit. White people are not inherently racist. Okay? Now all of you lefties out here preaching racism and basically calling for a race war, you're making it really fucking awkward for all of us normal people out here who are not racist. You're making it a bit tense. I mean, I can't go to the fucking grocery store without seeing a black guy going, we're good. We're all good. That kind of tension is very bad. Some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but over the weekend, Chicago experienced the bloodiest weekend of its entire history. 85 people were shot over the weekend. 85 people. 24 dead. This is black on black crime. Where is the outrage? If y'all care about black people, if black lives actually mattered, where are you right now? Where's the outrage? Oh, wait. Where is it? Why am I not seeing celebrity-style funerals for all these 24 young black lives? Why don't I see their faces plastered all over the television? Oh, because if the killer is white, shit ain't right. If the killer's black, do your best to distract. I don't know, I just made that up. But basically what I'm saying is nobody cares about the black on black crime in this country. It's a real problem. I'm not being racist, okay? It's a real problem. It really isn't Black Lives Matter. It really is some Black Lives Matter, period. That's what it really is. Because if you're not with the movement, then y'all ain't black. You're not. You're an Uncle Tom. You're a coon. You're a sellout. I mean, people all over the world are protesting in the name of George Floyd. Well, they're all gonna lose their shit when they figure out how many black people died in Chicago this weekend. No, they won't? Yeah. I know, because cops didn't kill him. That's why. Now we're tearing down statues. Look, you don't get just to destroy whatever you want because you just don't agree with it, or because you don't like it, or because it makes you mad. You don't get to just burn shit down because you're triggered. No, that's not the way this world works. This is not a fucking anarchy kind of world we live in. You might want it to be, but it's not. You can't just throw a temper tantrum and burn down another black man's business that he worked his entire life for. Many black men. Do you know how many people's lives you've destroyed? How many people in your own community's lives you've destroyed from these riots and protests? And I know there's peaceful protests. I know. And Antifa, or these opportunists, absolutely infiltrated the movement. If you want to take down a statue, talk to your local governments, your representatives. Talk to them. Pass some kind of bill to remove it. And if you want to remove it, fine. I'm not agreeing with what the Confederates did. They were Democrats, by the way. just so you know that. The Republican Party was founded by black people, just so you know that. So I don't agree with these statues, and I agree, maybe take them down. But put a plaque there saying, this is what stood here, and now it doesn't because X, Y, and Z. Because this is no longer what represents us. And put it into a fucking museum. There's a right and a wrong way to do things. How long have these statues been up? How many years have these statues been up and you haven't done anything? But now you give a fuck. Right now you care. I don't buy it. Fake outrage. You know how I know you don't give a fuck? Because if you did, you would have done something a long time ago. With cancel culture and Twitter mobs and all of the leftist media, it's really turned into a monkey see, monkey do kind of world that we live in. And it's very scary. Y'all want to tear down statues? Fine. But just remember this. Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. All of these companies and politicians that are bending the knee and making radical decisions and choices and trying to put radical things into law are doing so not because they know it's right, they know it's wrong, but they're doing it because they're under pressure. The pressure that they encouraged. They've created a monster and now they can't control it. They're worried that, now the mob that we created, they're gonna come for us. So we have to stay in line. We have to... All of this is so fucked. They canceled cops, Live PD, and or they're gonna cancel Paw Patrol. You cannot just villainize police officers and law enforcement. I mean, if anything, Cops was one of the most coming together shows on television because police officers arrested all kinds of races. You saw every color, every bit of the spectrum. You saw everything. Black people arresting white people. I mean, we are on a path of absolute destruction. We are on the path to total chaos and anarchy, which is what some people want. Some people want to watch the world burn. But this isn't a movie. This isn't The Dark Knight. This isn't the fucking... It might as well be the Joker's master plan just to watch the world burn, but this isn't a fucking movie. This is real life. And real life has consequences. You can't just write the ending to the script. The law will write it for you. So keep it up. Keep it up. Keep burning shit down. Like for real, after 32 seasons, you want to go ahead and cancel Cops, and then like clockwork, Live PD checks out also. Like I said, monkey see, monkey do. They're all afraid. This new world that they're forcing us to live in doesn't sound fun at all. BLM is a political movement. Make no mistake about it. There is no room in BLM for any kind of opposing views or beliefs. They've turned it political. They've made it so if you support BLM, then you're throwing your hat in for the leftist party. There's no. I mean, if Black Lives Matter, I mean, it should literally mean that all Black Lives matter, all of them. But as much as you don't want to hear it, all lives matter. I'm just gonna say that right now. Unsubscribe. I do not care. All lives matter equally. That's not saying Black lives don't matter. That's saying they do matter. That's saying that all of it matters. All I see is more division and more rules. Division and rules. And if you don't obey, if you don't get in line, if you don't bend the knee, then they will come for you. They will destroy you. They will cancel you. They will ostracize you. They will exile you. You will be excommunicado, motherfucker. Your entire reputation will be destroyed if you stand against them. That is what I call fascism. Oh my God, you don't support the riots? Racist. You're such a racist. What I see all the time, liberals like Antifa and the radical left turning down discussions that calm, peaceful conservatives, libertarians, freethinkers want to have. People want to open up a dialogue with the left. And I see the left constantly doing this. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to have a discussion or even talk about anything, really. They never want to talk, because as soon as you start spilling facts, they tense up. Their booty cheeks just squeeze up and they're like, I don't know. Look, I see the left shutting down the right every day. But you know what I've never seen? Ever? I've never seen a conservative or a libertarian shut down a liberal coming over to discuss how they feel. Never. Because we're not afraid of having open dialogue and having constructive discussions. That's how you get together. It's all about communication. Communication is the most important thing probably on the planet. Like, real communication, not just I talk, you pretend to listen, but you're actually in your head trying to think of what you're going to say next. No, listen to each other. Take a second and listen. What is happening in our communities right now is a seek and destroy mission. They're on a mission to seek and destroy anything and everything they can. They want any reason to destroy something. They're always seeking for a reason to destroy. That is not healthy. And now Hattie McDaniels, who was the first African-American Oscar winner, was now wiped from the history books because HBO considers Gone with the Wind to be racist. Why aren't we... I mean, if the movie was so racist, why did she win an Oscar? These days, all you got are self-hating white people and black people that want some kind of pity or sympathy from white people. Okay, look, if you're begging white people to accept you, then you're only admitting that white people are superior to you. You shouldn't get on your fucking knees and beg for anyone to accept you or ask for forgiveness. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So moving on.
And that black people need special treatment, and you need to give us handouts, and worried about black athletes. Listen, man, as a black man in America, and I've been black for 33 years, I am sick of the pandering. I'm sick of the false equivalence. I'm sick of people painting the picture like I am less than in my own country. This country belongs to me just like anybody else. I have never experienced racism in America. I haven't. That doesn't mean that other people haven't. But I don't have to walk around with my head down, walking around acting like a victim when I haven't had nothing to do with that. And none of the people that I know are racist. I don't know a racist. I've never been around racists. Why do I have to be subject to idea that people are forcing on me just because of the color of my skin? It makes no sense to me. And then I have a lot of friends who are white. It's not fair that I can have a say and I can talk about my opinions about the American flag. I can give my statements about Black Lives Matter and how ridiculous I believe their organization is. This is America. You have the freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say. Why is it that my white friends don't have that same right? If you say all lives matter, which is true, that includes black lives, ladies and gentlemen, you get fired. They fired a guy who's a commentator, fired him because he said all lives matter in a text message. You are not going to accomplish the goal that you want if you are doing it with hatred and vitriol. If you are doing it with the idea that you're going to force people to kneel and bow down to you for sins of their ancestors. I don't understand how we've gotten to this point in the United States of America. How are we letting people do our country like this?
To the shooting that happened last night in Atlanta outside the Wendy's, that was a justified shooting. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Maybe the department should teach the officers to aim for non-vital organs, like the legs, or shoot them in the fucking ankle, take them out. I mean, that would really hurt. You might bleed to death, but at least it's not the head or the chest, the gut, the heart. Shoot someone. If you're going to use lethal force, use it in the most non-lethal way possible. But this idiot was passed out drunk at the Wendy's drive-thru. They call the police. Police show up, knock on his window. He wakes up. He does the field sobriety test. He fails the field sobriety test. So what does he do? He freaks out. And he starts to fight the two officers. Literally, he's manhandling them. He's throwing them around like fucking rag dolls. And he grabs one of the officers' tasers. And he's running away as fast as he can. Turns around and points the taser at the officer. If he were to hit him in the head, or if he were to shoot him at all, he would have the ability to do what he wanted with the officer. Really, his life would be in danger, so the officer shot. You are authorized to use deadly force, lethal force, if someone is holding a taser at you. Because if you become incapable of defending yourself, then they could take your gun, they could shoot you, they could kill you, they could do whatever they want. They're bad guys. The cops aren't going to tase you until you're dead. I'm sure you could get tased until death if you don't let go. My point is, let's go back to my opening statements about how to handle getting pulled over by the police. You see your day in court. Yes, sir. I fucked up, sir. Yes. No, sir. Take me to jail. I'll see you in court. You do not resist arrest. What do you think is going to happen when an officer tries to arrest you and you fight him? And then you go for his taser, which for all he knows is you're going for the gun. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get fucked up. It's not going to go well for you. You have to be smarter than that. I have no sympathy for this man. I'm sorry it turned out the way it did, but I don't have sympathy. The media has painted the police in such a negative light that they're making it so that people think they can just run away from the police. They can just get away with crimes. That they don't have to be held accountable for anything. It has to stop. All I gotta say about this shooting that everyone's freaking out over is you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay? It's that simple. Stupid games, stupid prizes. Boom! Why did you have to burn down the Wendy's? Why did you burn down the Wendy's? Wendy's didn't do anything to you. Wendy's is like my favorite. Why would you burn down the Wendy's? What? Again, burning things down is not how you get people to listen to you. That's not how you get people to want to have a conversation and hear what you have to say. You can't just burn shit to the ground literally because you feel like it. And then the police chief, yes, the police chief of Atlanta now resigns. Yeah, she resigns. She's gay, black, and a woman. She's got like a trifecta of identity points, progressive points, whatever. She resigned because she doesn't want to handle the backlash. Because she's a coward. Now, I've had a lot of people trying to tell me, but Darth, Antifa means anti-fascists. It means they're not they're fighting fascism. Well, I'm here today to tell you exactly why that's not true. I'm here to tell you why Antifa is definitely not anti-fascist, but in fact, they are the fascist organization themselves. Why is Antifa actually not anti-fascist? Well, for one, they're not peaceful protesters. No, not even a little bit. They say they're against a tyrannical government, yet there isn't another organization on the planet, I'm almost positive, that is more Orwellian than Antifa.
Nonviolence does attempt to appeal to the moral conscience of the nation. Now the jury's still out, if the nation has one.
This is Antifa. This is war, it's not playtime, so yeah. Punch Nazis, kill them, kill those f***ers dead.
Earlier that day, he joined a large group of anti-fascists to protest a speech by Trump's supporter and provocateur, Milo Yiannopoulos.
I don't want this fighting. I just want to go listen to the man speak.
Inside the half-full auditorium at the University of Washington, Milo celebrated Trump's election with the college Republicans.
Newsflash for the radical left. You will never stop me, because you can't stop different opinions with violent intolerance. And we all now know, everybody now knows, where the violence is coming from.
Outside, Antifa tried to block people from attending the talk.
I wanted to be part of in the group of people who was there opposing that and opposing him. And what I ended up doing was jumping in and de-escalating in a few places.
A black-clad protester attacked this young Trump supporter and pelted him with paint. 30-year-old Mark Aquana was...
Emergency in Los Angeles, mirrored by pockets of anarchy nationwide. Described as all hell breaking loose in Seattle when police lost control of downtown, crowds destroyed, then took over their vehicles.
Anger directed at the president, stoking tension on Twitter as the mob reached the gates of the White House. Warning protesters have been greeted with the most vicious dogs and most ominous weapons. In Minneapolis, the current epicenter of America's pain and anger, the calls are...
In Michigan, every car on this street is on fire, windows smashed, tear gas deployed.
Tell your brothers and sisters, we will not win this fight with guns. It's not going to happen. We got to be peaceful.
Minneapolis today, with its charred remnants of last night's rioting, the fury evident at every corner. Overnight, demonstrators had rampaged. The violence, the anger, and the flames, at times well out of control, continued until dawn. And
they use the term anti-fascist as a guise to hide behind what they really are under those black masks. Attorney General William Barr said that the DOJ, the Department of Justice for you dumbasses, will now treat anyone or any individuals associated with violence with Antifa as a domestic terrorist. Such senseless acts of violence, destruction, extortion, arson, anarchy, this is not exercising your First Amendment. This is not exercising your freedom of speech and expression. This is not peacefully assembling. This is not how you peacefully protest. This is the next level kind of shit. This is dangerous. These are crimes. They are crimes that are designed to strike fear into communities so they bend the knee. They scare and intimidate people to get their way. Yes, Antifa is an organization, but what they are more so is a radical belief system, a radical philosophy or ideology. Antifa believes that it is morally justifiable to physically attack someone or burn down a building just because you disagree with them politically or ideology. They believe just because you think differently that is a justifiable cause to attack you. Because you were considered a fascist now. You are now a Nazi. If you're not with socialism, then you're a Nazi. You're either a communist or a Nazi. There's nothing morally justifiable about any of this violence. If anything, you're morally corrupt. They are totalitarians. They are authoritarians. They are burning books. They will silence you, cancel you, and exile you if you are a free thinker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the absolute definition of fascism. Antifa are organized militants that are preparing literally for combat. They are practicing, they are rehearsing, they are organizing, they are preparing for battle. Like I said, they use violence, fear, and intimidation to get their way. And if you keep giving them their way, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to keep doing it because they realize, hey, if we do this, or if we do that, or if we burn down this part of the city, we'll get whatever we want. We'll get our own goddamn country. Can you believe that? I want my own country. Who's to stop me from just going to your town and claiming an area around your house? My goddamn country. And now I'm going to charge you a fee to live here. This is crazy. All of you sheeple need to wake the fuck up. Okay? Don't give in to the lie that Antifa is only fighting fascism. Because that's not true. It's simply not true. They are the most anti-American, anti-liberty movement on the planet. In Mark Bray's book, he said, and I quote, "At the heart of the anti-fascist outlook is a rejection of the classical liberal phrase, I disagree with what you're saying, but I will defend your right to say it to the death. It goes completely against that. And that is what America was built on, and that's what we should continue to build on. Antifa knows what they're doing. They will turn a peaceful protest into a resurgence, into an uprising, into a siege. They will literally overtake a protest and exploit it for all of the wrong reasons. To all of the peaceful BLM protesters out there, you keep doing you. I'm an American and I support your right of protest, peacefully assembling. You keep doing that. That's what America's about. It is not about burning down your city. That's what it's not about. When they yell, burn it down, they mean that literally. They want to destroy the rule of law and the republic itself. They want to be the one in control. So like I said, I grew up in Detroit. But before I grew up in Detroit, I moved from Pennsylvania. I was only 7. Okay, I was a young kid moving to Detroit. My first day of school, I walked up to a kid in the lunch line. And I said, hey, what's up, man? And he looked at me and goes, hey, what's up, man? I'm Jamal. Jamal Jenkins. Shout out, what up, brother? Shout out. I know you don't, I know my friend Jamal does not watch this channel. He doesn't even know I do this, but my point is, I didn't have a racist bone in my body going to an all-black school. Not one. I looked at everybody as my equal. My best friend throughout middle school, high school, elementary school, my best friend was black. Many of my best friends, but my best friend was black. And not once did I think, he's black. What are people going to think if they see me in public with a black guy? No, I never once had any animosity or distaste or ill will towards any black people because my parents didn't raise me like a fucking idiot, like a fucking racist. My parents raised me better. And I'm gonna raise my kids better than y'all are raising your kids right now. Y'all wanna make police brutality out to be a serious thing? Yeah, sure, it's a serious issue, but it's not a big issue. There are over 350 million interactions with civilians and police on a yearly basis in the United States. Did you hear me? 350 fucking million interactions with people and police. Do you know how many unarmed black men were shot last year? And out of the 350 million interactions, how many of them were killed unlawfully? 9. 350 million interactions, and you can count on both hands how many people were killed unjustly. Every single life that is taken is one too many. That is clear. Crystal clear. But you cannot act like it is a systemic problem in this country. The facts don't lie, and they don't care about your feelings either. So I think that's about all I want to say for right now. I think that's all I have to say. There's a lot more I want to say, but for right now, I'm going to leave it at that. You guys can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not going to read the comments. So say whatever mean shit you want. I do not care. I do not. Yeah, I don't care. Leave me a dislike. Feel free. Hit the dislike. Hit the dislike. Hit the dislike. Hit the dislike. And that about wraps up this episode of Darth News Special Edition. Everybody loves black people. Until next time, don't forget to pull out. That is POOL. And if you enjoyed my content even a little bit, please, go ahead. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell because honestly, subscribing doesn't mean shit these days. I'm sorry I went onto a big rant. I just had some stuff to get off my chest. So now that I've made my peace with what I have to say, we can move on to the Amber Heard video. Yeah. Yay! So if you want to end racism as bad as I do, hit that fucking notification bell right now. Woo, woo, right now. Hit the bell.
It has to come a point in time where this stops. Black people should not be getting away with being racist. You know what I'm saying? Just because of some stuff that our great-great-grandfathers went through. We got to stop living off of what happened in the 1800s or even what happened in the 1960s and 30s or whatever like that. Especially us young kids. We ain't been through nothing. Like we didn't been through nothing like they did in the 60s and the hoses and the dogs sicking on us. We ain't been through none of that.
Because I want to debunk that myth as far as being young and black and mistreated. I'm young, black, I drive a brand new BMW and live in the valley. How many encounters have I had with the police? Many. How many times has it got out of control? None. So I want to debunk that myth about us getting mistreated and slavery. Oh, all they know how to do is beat on the black man. Nonsense. Because I had many encounters with the police and I became good friends with them. Tell me how come I could live that life and you can't? Tell me. Because I hate to say this, and I know this is going to piss a lot of people off. All the incidents I seen, all the brothers was resisting arrest and causing trouble. Okay? Hate to tell the truth. Let's talk cutie.
I could talk for 10 hours on police brutality through the years, historically, against African-American people. But then there are other people that have had problems with the police. The problem that I'm looking at, Jason, is young black men terrorizing their own community. My thought of all of this, how it would be cleared up, is to have the community take pride in itself, clean it up, be the cleanest community in the world, do the right things with fathers, do the right thing with their kids and with their wives. And I think you'll see a tremendous change.
Pretty much what they did was they went to execute a warrant for an arrest for a very, very bad guy. When they came to get him, instead of going peacefully, having his day in court, he decides to pull out another stolen gun, shoot at the police. Police shot back, and he was killed. Within the same time frame, news broke out about a 9-year-old girl in Ferguson died in a drive-by shooting in her room doing her homework. She dies by a stray bullet to the chest. Last night, who do you think they protested for? The thug, the criminal. Because they're hollering police brutality. Are you fucking kidding me? Police brutality? How about black brutality? A little girl is dead. You say Black Lives Matter? Her life mattered. Her dreams mattered. Her future mattered. Her promises mattered. It mattered.
You know what I'm saying? We got a black president. In order for us to not be segregated or discriminated against in the United States or anywhere else, we got to stop doing it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We the first one screaming something is racist, and Al Sharpton's on TV, and everything is a black and white thing. Everything ain't a black and white thing, man. Some things is just, it is what it is. We're such a crybaby race. And I know a lot of black people's gonna get upset about this video, but I'm gonna just go in and y'all can just disagree or agree, whatever. We are a crybaby race.
Listen to me very closely. They pay me $50,000 to $100,000 when I speak to corporate America. I go to a basketball program, they pay me good. I ain't getting a dime here. I'm here because I love you. But I'll be darned if I come here for free and you disrespect me. I ain't 20 years old. I ain't 19 years old. I'm a grown man. I'm here because I love you. I'm here because I love y'all. They ain't pay me a dime. As a matter of fact, I came and used my influence to raise money so a group of kids can go to Costa Rica. I'm not here to get nothing. I'm here to give you something. I'm not here to take nothing from you. I'm here to give you something. And listen to me closely. When people love you, you don't do them like dirt. When people care for them, you don't disrespect them. You ain't got but a few people who care about you in this world. Didn't you hear what I just said? You in the wrong place. You gonna get shot and killed, and ain't nobody gonna go to jail for it. Ain't nobody gonna go to jail for it. Ain't nobody gonna do no time for it. So the few people who you do have that care, you can't treat them like garbage. You can't disrespect the people that's trying to look out for you. Because you ain't got a lot of dudes. Look me up. You ain't got a lot of dudes that do what I do that's coming to your school. No disrespect. The dude you listening to my man and jamming to his album, he ain't coming here. And I just heard we had a rapper here last night. How many schools did he go to? How many elementary schools? He came and took your money, but he didn't invest nothing back into you. And you gonna have the nerve to laugh and joke when teachers trying to teach you? You got the nerve to act a fool when somebody cares about you? You talking while I'm talking? Do you know if I go to a Jewish school, them kids quiet. If I go to a white school, them kids quiet. If I go to a Latino school, they quiet. The only kids that disrespect me is black kids. That's it. My own are the only ones that disrespect me. I walk in any other school, they like, there go E.T. We taking notes. I come home. You talking. You capping jokes. You think something funny. Look how we living. Ain't nothing funny. Ain't nothing funny, y'all. Look, when I got my PhD, what embarrassed me, I'm in there, they asking me, like, what's wrong with our urban schools? Like, why you asking me? I'm in classes like you in class. The teachers want to know, professors want to know, well, why are your kids, what's the problem in the school system? I'm embarrassed, y'all. I'm a grown man. I'm embarrassed that they talk about y'all. And you know why I'm embarrassed? Because what they don't know is you ain't even trying when you take the test. You didn't give your best. They think you dumb. You ain't dumb. You can't take our people from Africa and put us in the diaspora and spread us all over the world and we survived slavery and we can't pass the test? Come on. I ain't stupid. You take everything from us and we still survive? And you gonna tell me we can't learn how to write? Have you lost your mind? We are survivors. That's all we do is survive. And you gonna come and tell me you can't take a test. No, you can take the test. The problem is when you take the test, you barely take the test. I challenge you to go in there and get that doggone piece of paper and that pencil and do your best. I challenge you. I challenge you to go to class and act like you got some sense. Ain't nobody got to put you on medicine. You know how to sit down and shut up. You do it when you're watching videos. So listen to me, you mind. Despite that other voice telling me that I would never get a PhD, I did it anyway. Win, lose, or draw. But do me a favor, don't die not trying. You gotta feel me on this one.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike O'Meara. I'm the president of the New York State Association of PBAs. And I just want to talk to you, the press, and I want to talk to the police officers. 375 million interactions with the public every year. 375 million interactions. Overwhelmingly positive responses. Overwhelmingly positive responses. But I read in the papers all week, we all read in the papers, that in the black community, mothers are worried about their children getting home from school without being killed by a cop. What world are we living in? That doesn't happen. It does not happen. I am not Derek Chauvin. They are not him. He killed someone. We didn't. We are restrained. And you know what? I'm saying this to all the cops here. Because you know what? Everybody's trying to shame us. The legislators, the press, everybody's trying to shame us into being embarrassed about our profession. But you know what? This isn't stained by someone in Minneapolis. It's still got a shine on it. And so do theirs. So do theirs. Stop treating us like animals and bugs and start treating us with some respect. That's what we're here today to say. We've been left out of the conversation. We've been vilified. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Trying to make us embarrassed of our profession. 375 million interactions. overwhelmingly positive. Nobody talks about all the police officers that were killed in the last week in the United States of America, and there were a number of them. We don't condone Minneapolis. We roundly reject what he did as disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not what we do. It's not what police officers do. Our legislators abandoned us. The press is vilifying us. Well, you know what, guys? I'm proud to be a cop. And I'm going to continue to be proud to be a cop until the day I retire. And that's all I have to say.
I feel like I wasn't there when that occurred. God bless you. I wasn't there when that occurred. And on top of that, I didn't go to any marches. I didn't go to any protests. So for me, I can't speak on that because I'm not helping to change it. And I didn't figure out a way to through my art. If I felt like it was something that I wanted to talk about, I would have spoke about it. But I don't feel like I have a need to. You could just look on the internet and see it. It's 24/7. And my manager Chase, he brought up a crazy point to me. We were all as kids were in the house chilling, and or studio, might have been studio. We were chilling and we were talking about the police brutality going on in Baltimore right now, and Ferguson and everywhere around America. And it makes you think. It's like, what is the government really trying to hide? Because it's like, why are we glorifying, or why are we exploiting the beef between the urban community and police officers? When in all reality, Memorial Weekend, 60 some odd people got shot just on a Friday and Saturday. 60 some odd people in one city, Chicago. One city, 60 some odd people shot, 9 to 12 dead. Don't quote me on the number, but 9 to 12 dead. Black on black crime. So one cop shoots a black person. Let's march. Let's protest. Let's promote our mixtapes on TV. Let's do all that. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're doing. I feel like if you're not gonna really talk about the main topic, don't talk about it at all. We have to do something first, and it's within us internally. Like we can't blame the police officers. That kind of shit is inevitable, man. A police officer is gonna see somebody sometimes, So I don't justify cops just killing kids. That's so messed up, man, because there are guilty cops out there. There are cops who, they take advantage with their authority, but that's been going on. That's nothing new. Why now? Why are we glorifying it now? Why are we making a big spectrum out of it now? What are we really hiding? And if we're going to talk about that, let's talk about the black people killing black people. So if nobody wants to talk about that, neither do I.
Kill each other. I'm talking about we lay up under each other's cars, lay behind each other's houses. The car passed by, we wet the whole car, boom, boom, bang, bang, kill everybody in the car. Didn't catch your homeboy, he ran out the car, then run him down, stood over him, hit him about 20 times in the face. We kill each other. As soon as a white boy kill one of us, everybody had to go to hooping and hollering and all that old stupid ass shit. Kevin, why you know? Kevin, that's bullshit. When you stand for something, you gotta stand for it all the way, not halfway. And I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, and fuck who don't like it. You know what's worse than a nigga? Another one.
Alright, you go.
He should have let him live so we could kill him. Niggas hate on niggas. Niggas steal from niggas. Niggas kill niggas.
Oh no.
Oh, man, help your brother, man. Don't hurt your brother.
We are too violent a society. Violence begets violence. It is time to put down our arms and start the dialogue.
That we are really, really destroying humanity as individuals And if you would like to take responsibility as I am and the people are here are, we're doing it as a whole. And if we don't stop, then one by one, our lives will dwindle away, along with our families and our children. So if you love your lives and you love your families as much as I love mine, try to think about mine as much as I think about yours. And let's try to save each other's lives before the world ends right before our eyes.
This is what we're doing, right? We never had communication with police, and we're trying to start a whole new beginning by getting that dialogue and that communication. And the best thing you can do is seek for information and seek for communication. Because you can't match hate with hate. You got to match hate with love, and that's what we came for today, in a love offering, to sit down and have some dialogue. Like the chief said, we were talking to him and hearing and listening and trying to find a better way to bridge the gap between us and them, because we all need it.
It's almost like when I see another brother, we're so distrustful of each other, man.
Right.
Why is that, man?
I just feel like African American is the worst race in the world because, first of all, we kill each other. You know, people always talk about this racist stuff, but the white man ain't waiting in your bushes with a chopper. The white man ain't trying to take your rims off your car. The white man ain't doing all this wrong. We doing this to each other. So how can we say F the white man? He ain't doing nothing but when you get in trouble doing his job. Guilty. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
So we're talking about Ferguson.
Right.
Celebrities, politicians, activists, whatever. How do you fix Ferguson is the question. Right? And we fix Ferguson in this. I gotta get to my car, man. So, yeah. We fix Ferguson in the same way we fix Afghanistan, Gaza, Palestine, Chicago, and that is to stop. We have to stop and be open to the possibility that we have been brainwashed on every single level of our lives. Brainwashed with conditioned thoughts that we have fought over, died over, killed over, gotten angry, sad, and depressed over.
Okay.
We're so loyal to these thoughts, right?
Right.
But we gotta question them, because they were created by the culture that we were born in. Look at that word, culture, that we were born in, right?
Okay, all right.
This culture taught us that race was real, and we believed it. It taught us that war and violence creates peace, and we believed it. It taught us that love was weakness, and we believed it. We ate it up, right? But open any history book, right? Any history book, and you'll notice a trend. Generation after fucking generation, it's the same story over and over again. We've tried everything, from politics to protests to rallies to riots to marches. None of it works.
Right.
These things create short-term results, not lasting solutions. And just because our parents or grandparents believed something or did something doesn't mean that we have to continue that cycle, man. Yo, this is our time right now. As I stand here right now, this is our time. Billions have come before us and billions will come after us. We have a chance right now to make a real difference. Or we could die doing the same thing that we've been doing over and over, expecting different results.